Hello and welcome to the Book Spot. This is the spot where people get their books written. Well, welcome back to the Book Spot. I am Joseph McCray, author, and I have an exciting topic tonight. Tonight is an exciting topic. Who's your audience? That's tonight's topic. Who's your audience? You're writing a book. Have you identified who's your audience? Who's going to read your book? So, I want to give you some important tips to think about as you are completing your book, as you're getting started with it. You have to keep in mind your audience. And so, I'm going to give folks a little bit of time to come on and be a part of this wonderful talk about who. So I've learned after writing several books, about 7 book projects, you have to know who is going to read your book, right? Who is the audience that's going to read your book? And I'm going to tell you something that may be a little upsetting to you, and I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but I need to let you know your book is not for everyone. You have to understand that. Sometimes people write a book and you say, well, who is the audience? Who's the intended audience? And they say, everyone. Well, that's a mistake because no book is for everyone. No book is for everyone. I will say no book except the Bible, except the Bible. I believe the Bible is for everyone. But you need to narrow down who is your audience. Who is the people who are going to get the benefit out of your book? And so you want to keep that in mind. I want to help you kind of zero in on your audience. And one of the things is who likes your topic? Okay, who likes your topic? And you could do some things like you could sample people. You could give people, a portion of what you've been writing and just kind of throw it out there to some folks and just kind of get an idea of the demographics, right? Are they females? Are they young? Are they older? Are they couples? Are they working class people? If there's a race that might be more interested in your topic, you could do all that. You could just give folks a little sample, a little bit of your writing, a few pages of what you've written, just to kind of get a sample of who might be interested in your topic. Okay. And that's a good way of finding out like who is your book for. If you're not really sure, like if you're not really sure who your audience is, you can just give them some samples of your writing. Another good thing is to visit a library and inquire. Go to the local library, say, hey, you know what, I'm writing this book. It's on this particular topic. And you want to just kind of get an idea like where would it fit in, where would it fit in to um, the audience that you're thinking about. And the librarian can help you kind of zero in on who is your audience, who would benefit from that type of book. Is it a nonfiction book? Is it a fiction book? Is it a love story? So all of those things are important, and your local library will be a great resource to help you sort of zero in on who is your audience, who is going to read your book. You don't want to spend all that time writing this book and having no idea of who is going to read your book. And I got a comment here. I'm going to just kind of mention that. Antonio, he said, "Amen. Thank you, sir." So, so you want to narrow it down to, who is going to benefit from it. Another place is to visit bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, everyone's place. These are great opportunities and resources for you to get an idea like where does your book fit in this bookstore, where would someone find your book if it was in that bookstore? Like, what section would it be in? You know, what genre is it a part of? And that's important. That's important because you get to find out, like, is that a popular genre? You know, like people tend to say love stories are really popular. You know, people love to read about love stories and dramas. You know, and so you may find like, hey, you know, there's a big audience there for my book. And so, hey, I'm in the right place at the right time. So utilize the resources that are available, right? Utilize the bookstore, utilize the library to get a feel for where does your book fit? Where does your book fit? And I always like to stop for comments. Um, oh, he just said you're welcome. All right, sir. So getting back to the topic, so we're finding out who's your audience. Who's your audience? Um, write with your audience in mind. Uh, as you're writing your book, think about who is going to be blessed from your writing, who is going to be enlightened, who is going to have a better sense of life because of what you have written. You know, who is going to be happier? You know, who is going to maybe be a little bit more afraid because you're writing a horror, whatever. Think about your audience. Think about the person who is turning the pages of your book. So that's how you are able to find who's your audience. Who's your audience? Who is the person who is going to benefit from your writing? You're not writing in vain. Please know this. Your writing is not in vain. It first is doing something for you. You're getting some benefit from the writing. You're getting the release. You're getting what's been on your mind, what's been in your heart. You're getting it out of you. You're getting it onto the pages. You're putting it into a tangible form that you can hold on to that will always be a part of your legacy. But you also are thinking about who else is going to benefit from it. You're not selfish. You're not at all selfish. You want someone else to benefit from what you have written. And because of that, you're going to take the steps. You're going to write in a way which you think is going to best meet that person's need. That's what a book does. It meets a need, right? It could even meet a want. Some people just want to read certain topics, right? But sometimes a book will meet a need, something people really needed to hear to sort of push them along, to encourage them, to empower them, to strengthen them, to give them hope, to give them the ability to know that, hey, you know what? She went through that, he went through that, and guess what? I'm going to be able to go through it too. You know, I'm going to take some lessons from this book that I read and be able to have a better life. You don't have to always go through and experience things. Sometimes you can read what someone else went through and learn from each other. And that's what a book will do. So I want you to be able to identify your audience. I don't want you to ever say these words right here. My book is for everyone. Nope. Don't do that. Don't be tricked in believing that you could just sell your book to any and every person and it'll be fine. Some people might buy just out of kindness for you, but you want to target the people who will best benefit from your reading. Now, I give you an example for myself. I'm a writer who loves to talk about substance use. I love to talk about uh, alcohol, drugs, opioids, uh, cocaine. I like to be able to give people hope. I like to be able to give people encouragement. I like to be able to help the person who uses as well as the person who is their loved one, their family member, their brother, their sister, their friend. I like to be able to encourage them and help them to understand this thing called addiction. And so when I write books, I have that audience in mind. I have people who have gone through addiction, who have had loved ones who are struggling with addiction. And when I write, I'm thinking about that audience all the time. And I want to be able to deposit in them my experiences being a nurse in the field of addiction treatment. And I want them to be able to come away with some hope. I want them to be able to come away with some resources. I want them to be able to come away with a better understanding so that they can love on their loved one and not be angry, not be disgusted, and not be frustrated. So that's my audience. That's my audience. And I found the people who benefit the most from the books I write are people who fit in that category. They are either substance users, or they know someone as a substance user, or it's their family that's a substance user. That's who benefits the most from the books that I write on that particular topic. And I don't know what your topic is. I don't know what you're writing about, but I do want you to be able to identify your audience and to be able to write in a way that you keep your audience in mind. I want you to do that. And so the book spot is here. The book spot is here to help people. The book spot is here to help you get your book written. And it is a place to motivate writers, to pump them up, to get them fired up and get their books written. I'm running across people all the time that want to get books written. I mean, they just have so much rich information that they want to tell it in a book. And they're going to get there. Yeah, these folks are going to get there. They're going to make it happen. And I want you also to be one of those people to get your book written, but also know who's your audience. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the book spot. I've had a good time just sharing an important nugget for you. And I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings by telling you that your book is not for everyone, but letting you know that there is someone who is going to benefit from your book. Once you identify that audience, once you focus on that audience, once you figure out how to reach that audience, then you're going to come away with so much excitement as a result of being able to target the people who most need what you have. And so let me see here. Hello, Diane. Hello, hello, hello. Good to have you on the book spot tonight. I've been talking about the topic of knowing your audience, being able to know who, being able to know who's your audience, who is the people that are going to benefit from what you have written. And once you've identified that, folks, you're on your way. Whew. I mean, you about to hit the moon. Once you identified who is going to enjoy what you've written. I mean, it would be a shame to written a book and have no idea who would benefit from it. Who will be enlightened, who life will be better off as a result of having read the book that you deposited in their life. And so I don't want you as an author to forsake that and forget about that. And when I'm working with someone, I'm always asking them, who is your audience? Who are you thinking about that this book would help? And I love it when people are able to just come right out and say, this is able to help young women, gone through, broken relationships or this or that. It's always good. And so thank you, Diane. She said very good information. Well, good. I'll keep coming back. Yeah. So I'm always interested in knowing like who is the audience. Who is the audience? I was working with a person who wrote a book, and they were writing it during COVID time, during the heavy season of COVID, and it was an inspirational, encouraging book. And I never forget. They had got a little like tired. They had sort of their steam was running out, and I said to them, I said, "You're writing a book about encouragement and inspiration during COVID, when people are really discouraged and not inspired and depressed and down and fearful. I mean, why wouldn't they want a book like you have written?" and they start getting pumped up. They start realizing, wow, you know what? I do have a book for an audience. And they say, they was out there pushing their book, selling it everywhere I looked. They were somewhere selling their book, and I was so excited that they didn't give up because it was it was an inspirational book. It was an encouraging book, and who didn't need encouragement during COVID, right? Who did not need encouragement? So Diane Richards says, I'm getting my doctorate degree and have to write a thesis next year. So I'm starting to gather information right now for awesome, awesome. A doctor, Dr. Diane Richards. Woo. That's rolling. That's rolling. Get your doctorate. Yeah. So all good stuff. So definitely, folks, know your audience, know who you're writing to. And again, this is the Book Spot. I'm here every first and third Monday at 7:30 to just sort of encourage you, just sort of motivate you, just to keep you pumped up, just to keep you in there, hanging in there, and not giving up, folks. Not giving up. Not giving up. Diane says hard work, but well worth it. Absolutely. I know that's some hard work. Your doctorate. I can't even fathom going to school that long, but I went long enough. I went long enough for a bachelor's. But those who go out there and do it, I mean, it's nothing. What they say is nothing to it but to do it. Nothing to it but to do it. And the same is true for writing a book. It's nothing to it but to do it. You stick in there. You get some consistency with you. You get some value. You put some value on your book. You put some priority on it. You just don't waste time. And before you know it, it comes to pass. It comes to pass. You just keep working at it. You keep putting sentence after sentence, paragraph after paragraph, page after page, chapter after chapter. Before you know it, you've written this book. It's out there. You know your audience. You're going to the places where your audience goes. You're saying, hey, I got something for you. I got something you need. I got something you'll benefit from. I got something that will help you. And that's how you do it. That's how it's done all the time, folks. Identifying who will benefit the most from what you have, from what you have. And you just sell it. You just sell it. You just sell it. You just enhance that person's life. You bless them, and then you'll feel blessed too as a result of blessing them. And that's what writing will do. They'll be blessed, and then you'll feel blessed. You'll feel good that you've written it and they had an opportunity to read it. What if you never wrote it? They would have never been able to read it, right? So that's the beauty. That's the beauty in book writing. That's the beauty in book writing. So come on, folks. Let's get it done. Let's get the book done. Let's figure out the audience, and let's just have success. And I want to thank you all for coming on. I appreciate your feedback tonight. I appreciate the engagement we've had this evening. I love that. I love it. And just know that I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I didn't like gain success and got all cocky. Said shucks, I got mine. They gonna have to figure out how to get there. No, I want to get back. I want to get back, and I have this vehicle, this wonderful vehicle through the internet, through StreamYard, through YouTube, through Facebook, to just give back. Just share a few nuggets with you. Just share some things that I hope can, get you inspired, get you motivated, get you in the mode to know, why you're writing the book. Who are you intending to sell this book to? Who are you intending to sell this book to? That's important. And just go on and do it, right? Just go and do it. So thank you tonight. I appreciate you. And I will be back the first Monday in August, and we'll talk some more about getting that book written on the Book Spot.